Welcome everyone to this explainer. If you're the kind of person who loves looking at the world around you and figuring out the hidden mechanics making it all tick, well, you are absolutely in the right place. Today, we're decoding one of the most fundamental rules of the universe. Okay, let's dive into this.
So, I want you to picture this. You're walking into the grocery store. You grab an empty shopping cart and give it a quick push down the first aisle. It just glides, right? Practically effortless. But fast forward 30 minutes. That exact same cart is now loaded to the brim with gallons of milk, heavy canned goods, maybe one of those giant bags of dog food. You try to give it that same casual push to get it moving, and what happens? It barely budges. Suddenly, just pushing it to the checkout line feels like a grueling physical struggle. Why on earth is a full shopping cart such a heavy workout compared to an empty one?
Well, even if you exert the exact same push, literally using the same physical effort and the same muscles, the differing mass of all those groceries changes absolutely everything. You see, the physical world doesn't just respond to the raw effort of your push. It's completely bound by the mass of the object you're actually pushing against.
And that brings us to the secret code that definitively solves our shopping cart puzzle, Newton's second law. It states that force equals mass times acceleration, or, as it's famously written, F equals ma. Now listen, I don't want you to look at this as just some boring textbook rule you have to memorize for a test. No way. This is literally the operating system of the physical world. It's the definitive equation governing the direct relationship between the effort you put in and the movement you get out.
Let's break this law down into its two core pieces, starting with the force. Acceleration is directly proportional to the net force applied. So what does that actually mean for you? It means more pushing force directly creates more acceleration. It's a straight line. If you want an object to speed up faster, you simply apply more force to it. Push harder, swing faster, shove with more of your body weight, and boom, you are rewarded with a direct spike in acceleration.
But then we have the other side of the equation, right? Physical resistance. Acceleration is inversely proportional to mass. Think back to that heavy, loaded-down grocery cart. All that extra mass acts as a direct, stubborn resistance to your push. The more mass an object possesses, the harder it fights back against your attempt to accelerate it. You can push with literally all of your strength, but if the mass is massive, your resulting acceleration is going to be incredibly slow.
And this brilliantly illustrates the dynamic relationship between these two factors. If you double your force, you get double the acceleration. It's a perfect reward for your extra effort. But if you double the mass of the object, that exact same effort yields exactly half the acceleration. It is literally a physical tug-of-war happening in real time between how hard you're pushing and how heavy the object is. The winner of that tug-of-war dictates exactly how fast the object accelerates.
All right, relying on our intuition at the grocery store is great, but hey, as focused learners, we want hard proof. So let's transition from everyday feelings to mathematical certainty. We're going to look at a highly controlled, concrete example involving cars to see exactly how these numbers interact.
Imagine two vehicles side by side. Both have engines producing the exact same 3,000 newtons of force, so they're packing the exact same punch. But car 1 is a relatively light 1,000 kilograms, while car 2 is exactly double that at 2,000 kilograms. So, same engine, totally different mass. Let's see what happens.
Boom! When car 1 hits the gas, the resulting acceleration is exactly 3 meters per second squared. That's the acceleration of the lighter 1,000 kilogram car, and it gives us a really clear baseline speed to work from.
But watch what happens to car 2. Remember, it has the exact same 3,000 newtons of engine force pushing it forward, but we doubled its mass, right? The mathematical result? The acceleration drops to exactly 1.5 meters per second squared. By doubling the mass to 2,000 kilograms, we cut the acceleration perfectly in half. That extra mass directly choked out the acceleration.
Let's move to and see how this builds from a simple two-car math problem into something that governs the entire physical world around us. Because F equals ma is not just something happening in isolated vacuums or on a spreadsheet, it's dictating reality on a massive, universal scale.
Just look at how professionals apply this law every single day. Why are high-end sports cars stripped of all their excess interior materials and made of super expensive, lightweight carbon fiber? Well, because lowering the mass allows their engines to produce mind-bendingly quick acceleration. Or think about rocket science. To escape the crushing pull of Earth's gravity, rocket engineers have to design engines capable of enormous, unbelievable thrust just to overcome the sheer towering mass of the spacecraft, which sometimes weighs millions of pounds. And you know what? This applies to human biology too. Track and field coaches utilize this exact science. If two sprinters push off the starting blocks with the exact same leg drive force, the lighter athlete will mathematically accelerate faster out of the gate. So the absolutely crucial point here is that this simple equation is being used right now to engineer faster cars, explore the cosmos, and push human athletic limits to the absolute max.
If you take away only one core concept from our time together today, please let it be this intuitively simple summary. Force causes acceleration, but mass resists it. The harder you push, the faster it goes. The heavier it is, the harder it is to move. It is a universal law that just makes complete logical sense once you actually see the mechanics behind it.
But we really can't stop here, because this opens up an entirely new, deeply fascinating mystery. We know that force causes acceleration, right? We know that if you apply a push to that heavy shopping cart, eventually it moves. But what about you? What happens to the thing doing the pushing? If you push the cart, does the universe force the cart to push you back? Well, the answer is a resounding yes, and it brings us to the thrilling conclusion of Newton's rules of motion. But to uncover exactly how forces react to one another, you're going to have to join me for our next explainer as we tackle Newton's third law. Until then, stay curious.